The Toronto Coach Terminal has served as the city's main hub for intercity buses, being the main point for arrivals and departures for over 90 years. Located near Bay Street and Dundas Street in downtown Toronto, the building has served various bus companies over its 90-year history, with routes from the terminal traveling across the province and the country. However, the terminal has declined significantly in recent years, with intercity bus companies cutting back service, and the facility becoming increasingly inadequate for the remaining bus carriers. Today, we're taking a final look around the structure, which closed permanently in July 2021, documenting the final state and exploring what the future holds for the site. My name's Zach, and this is the final days of the Toronto Coach Terminal. The Toronto Coach Terminal is located in the heart of downtown Toronto, on the west side of Bay Street, 1 block north of Dundas Street. Originally opened in December 1931, the terminal has served as a hub for intercity coach lines for almost 90 years, being a gateway for bus passengers entering the city. The terminal consists of two main parts: the main coach terminal at the southwest corner of Bay and Edward, and the Elizabeth Street Terminal 1 block west on Edward at Elizabeth. The coach terminal was constructed first, originally opening on December 19, 1931, and servicing buses run by Grey Coach. The two-story building contained a waiting room and ticket booths, as well as 4 bus platforms on the west side of the terminal. In 1990, the building was expanded, with the main waiting area being enlarged, more bus platforms being constructed, and an underground tunnel being built under Bay Street. The lower level of the terminal contained washrooms along with a bakery outlet for a nearby bake shop. On the main floor, various ticket kiosks were located along the south wall of the building, providing ticketing and baggage services for the various intercity bus companies. To the west, a waiting room provided seating for waiting customers, with a newsstand selling snacks, and various bus departure boards displaying trips leaving from the terminal. Lockers were also provided in the terminal, allowing for longer-term storage by bus passengers. The upper level of the terminal was formerly a restaurant space. However, low patronage saw the space converted to office use in later years. Doors from the main waiting area led into the covered bus platforms, with 7 separated bays servicing 2 buses each. The bus platforms are not raised from the bus driveway, with passenger queues often stretching along the driveway itself. At the far end of the terminal, a bus dispatch office overlooks the platforms, housing offices for dispatchers from the various bus companies. The Elizabeth Street Terminal was constructed later in 1968 and originally used mainly for charter and sightseeing routes. However, GO Transit also began using the terminal with the introduction of bus service on their network, with routes traveling to various points in the Toronto area. GO buses served 5 diagonal bus bays along the south side of the terminal, with the north side allowing for inbound buses to unload. GO buses were gradually removed from the terminal with the development of bus stops closer to Union Station, with the final route leaving in September 2002. At that time, the south side bus bays were closed, with the covered north side continuing to service bus arrivals until the terminal's closure in 2021. The Elizabeth Street Terminal building closed in 2010, however, with the waiting area newsstand no longer being accessible. Passengers leaving the arrivals terminal must cross Elizabeth Street. However, an access point to the Toronto Coach Terminal allows passengers to walk inside behind the departure platforms to Bay Street. Prior to its closure, the terminal serviced routes from various bus companies, which provided trips to cities in Canada and the United States. Greyhound Canada provided service to the terminal until May 2020, with routes running to Barrie, Buffalo, Detroit, Kitchener, London, New York, Ottawa, Owen Sound, and Sudbury. Megabus also provided routes from the terminal until June 2021, with buses running to Buffalo, Montreal, New York, Niagara Falls, and Washington, D.C. Ontario Northland was the last carrier to service the terminal, with the final buses departing on July 3, 2021. Ontario Northland buses ran trips to North Bay and Sudbury, servicing various towns along the way. Both Ontario Northland and Megabus have relocated to the new Union Station bus terminal, with Greyhound's US routes also expected to service the new terminal when cross-border service resumes. So what does the future hold for the property? After the last bus left the terminal on July 3rd, the property was handed back to the City of Toronto by the current owners, the Toronto Coach Terminal Incorporated. The property has been identified as an underutilized asset, meaning that the site will likely be redeveloped for affordable housing, community use, or other employment uses. However, the original terminal building is a protected heritage property, meaning that the exterior facade and most likely parts of the interior will be preserved in any future development. No specific developments have been proposed for the site at this time. However, given its prime location, we imagine that the eventual development of the site will greatly enhance the surrounding neighborhood. Those were the final days of the Toronto Coach Terminal, with the final Ontario Northland bus departing the terminal on July 3, 2021. With the closure of the terminal, buses will be moving to the new Union Station bus terminal, sharing bays with GO Transit and TOK coach lines. If you haven't already, you can check out our tour of the new bus terminal by clicking the button in the top right corner. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below to join in the discussion. My name's Zach, and I'll be Vanished Underground until the next one.